One of the biggest limiting factors with the perfect block glitch is that there are very few setups that both have good guard stats and good neutral attacks. In theory, you can perfect block most reactable attacks and take a threatening mix-up. And for many interactions that is indeed the case, but you take a whole lot of chip damage for it and practically nuke your stamina bar. This is a consequence of most good setups being lighter, two-handed weapons, or offhand power stance setups that can't even guard in the first place. There's a single one-handed shield setup that's still pretty good, but it has its limits. And honestly, there just hasn't been anybody who's taken this tech to its mechanical limits, so its strength largely remains theoretical. That was my perception of the state of things regarding perfect block, up until today. But then, I found something. A player by the name of Space Ranger, who may be known to many of you as the guy who won last year's European FOC Tournament League, brought up perfect block and started blabbing on about it, pinging me and other people in the way he usually does. This discussion renewed my curiosity about the tech, leading to me playing around with it using the Mimic tier as a test subject. During this session, I recalled a 2-year-old clip from CMG, who was one of the people who found the tech in isolation, but was the first to really innovate upon it and bring it into the public eye. In the clip, something weird happened. He perfect blocked, but the perfect block used the guard properties of the weapon, not the shield. It even inherited the guarding sound. I noticed this sequence of inputs: release sprint, guard, and light attack. This is all before the actual attack connects. Obviously, what he was trying to do was follow up with a light attack after he got the perfect block. But this led me to wonder if there was a connection between what happened and the presence of a light attack input. Perhaps the execution of that input, in combination with the weirdness of the underlying mechanism of perfect blocks, caused the game to retrieve the player's guard properties from that weapon. Under the hood, the state in which perfect blocks work is the same state in which no animations can be played, so normally this behavior transfer wouldn't be an issue, as the player would be doing a light attack after the input, not continuing to guard. Now obviously, this behavior transfer is straight up detrimental in this case, but I thought, what if we swap them? Well, we can't guard with an offhand weapon, so that won't work. Two-handing our offhand weapon would be a funny workaround, but surely that wouldn't work. So it does work. Not only does the difference in stam loss and chip give it away, it makes a shield sound and not a weapon sound. It's worth noting that it's not just light attack inputs that work with this. Inputs for heavy attacks and weapon skills work as well. This allows you to get fingerprint level guard stats on thrusting swords, daggers, fists, claws, backhand blades, you name it. And because we're doing this through perfect block, you don't even take any guard stun. Obviously, if you fuck it up, you die for it, but that's almost entirely user error. If you do the timing right, you should never get guard broken. At worst, you'll just be left in negative stam. Now that I've posted this, the only thing limiting the consequences of this is the existing social disapproval of perfect block. Yes, really. And the fact that we don't have an NPC training dummy that players could use to drill this. It's going to be annoying for those who play competitive duels, and I'd be far from surprised if people called for an outright ban of perfect blocking because of this. Which, in practical terms, would mean that players could not toggle their guard when stopping or starting a sprint. But don't worry, there's a much more doable idea. Simply ban shields in the main hand. We already have dueling shields banned, parries banned on the ERPVP Discord, yes, really, and honestly it's perfectly reasonable. I will fight you on that, and I'm pretty sure I've not seen a single player outside the arena unironically rocking ordinary shield in the main hand in the past 2 years aside from two-hand fingerprint, which I don't think anybody will miss. And to be clear, when I'm talking about bans, I'm only talking about ranked ladder duels and tournaments. There's nothing stopping you from using or playing however you want elsewhere. So, to conclude, I just wanted to quickly talk about this discovery and what I think it means for PvP. Obviously, I could be wrong about how it pans out, and maybe there's something I'm missing on the ban idea I gave. But regardless, it's not actually a big deal, it's just something interesting to talk about. If this is the first you've heard of perfect blocks and you'd like to learn how to perform them, I recommend you go watch either Rustbucket or Steelovsky's videos on the topic. Steelovsky. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.